Hi, Bryon. How are you?
Hey, good morning. I'm doing great. Thanks. How are you doing?
Fantastic. I'm super excited about this. Listening to you guys talk about Levi's program, I'm really excited for that. I feel like, Levi, if you're listening out there, I feel like if I could clone your brain with AI, I think that's something we should do. So get a hold of you.
Yeah. Well, he just did clone his brain. His son Lucas was born on Monday. So
Wow, that's so
so
great.
if you're out there, Levi, I hope you're getting some rest, buddy, because you got a busy week next week. So hey, Carrie, I love your little tag there, AI and social media expert, because that's exactly what you are. So Carrie Soave, folks, one of our Canadian extraordinaire agents, has agreed to be part of the new Elevate coaching program, and she's doing leveraging AI. It's a 6-week program that'll start not next week, but the week after, and it'll go for 6 weeks. And she's really walking us through. So I asked her to come on today to give us some tips out of that, right? Give us some freebies that we can go and implement in our business and start leveraging AI. And Carrie, let's start with this. So, like our friend Russ there, I wouldn't say a technophobe, but let's just say I've had my moments with technology where I wanted to fist fight the computer. So when you think about AI, was that your background? Were you kind of a tech person getting into this?
No, I have zero tech skills. It's funny. I speak all over the world, and I have the hardest time even connecting my computer to screens. When I tell you I have no computer background, I really mean it. I wouldn't be able to fill out an Excel spreadsheet if my life depended on it. And that is the really cool thing about AI. We are in the era of no code AI. Therefore, you need zero tech skills to use it. Okay. And all it is, you need communication skills. That's what it's really about. And as realtors, we should be able to communicate at a high level, let's hope. So we possess those already, and we're just going to use them to get what we need out of AI. It's really the art of knowing what to ask for and how to ask for it in a really clear and concise way.
Yeah. So I guess one of the first questions that, as an agent, I have about and had about AI. By the way, I got to go through your program, so I've learned a lot about AI. It's really helped me, and I use it every day actually. But as an agent who really isn't there yet, why would I even care? Like, how am I going to use AI? What does it do for my business?
Okay, so I wanted to build this program, Bryon, so that we were using AI tools as leverage because there's some agents out there that don't have the money to put into their business to scale and increase production, right? We can only get so far without hiring support staff, lead generation companies, marketing companies, video editors, like you name it. And that's how I'm presenting these AI tools in this program. We're going to remove the need for spending tens of thousands of dollars a month to scale your business. And we break it down into sections like that throughout those 6 weeks. So let's replace your need for a marketing company. Let's replace your need for video editors. Let's replace, you know what I mean? We're going to follow that kind of process. And in order to increase production, it's a really cost-effective way to do it is to learn how to use AI properly.
Yeah, and going into it, obviously because of headlines and things like that, I knew what Chat GPT was, right?
Yeah.
And so that was my experience of AI, and that was probably, being honest, that's what I thought AI was. And that's 1 week for you in the 6 weeks. You're going into marketing tools, social media tools, productivity tools, and then you even do custom GPTs. So can you talk about, like when we were talking, you talked about the full stack. What does that mean? Talk me through what tools are going to help where in my business.
Like specifically, what tools? So ChatGPT, first of all, I teach it, and it's probably, I think it's like the first and second week of the program. And I teach you prompt engineering, and I teach you how to use it properly because ChatGPT can replace a lot. So specifically your marketing team, and I want to make sure that the agents in the program are learning to use ChatGPT, which is the LLM that actually powers most of these niche products. Because if you have that skill, you can create anything. Do I help you with your prompts? Yeah, absolutely. But I want you to learn how to create your own, because then you're unlimited, right? And then, so ChatGPT is obviously the first one that I cover. I've got video editors, like I know we talked about, and everybody's really excited about the AI powered video editors, because video editors, actual people that edit your video at these companies, cost thousands of dollars a month. Like, my mind is blown every time I think for my own business, and I produce a lot of content. If you guys follow me, I'm literally in your face every day, at least a couple times. That's a lot of content. And I use these myself to edit my videos. And every time I think I want to hire somebody, I almost want to throw up in my mouth at how much money it's going to cost. So I have tried all of them. You know, I suggest the best ones. My opinion, the best one is v.io. So definitely look that up. It will help you with your short form and long form video, and just make it a lot easier to add that B-roll and that animation, and make your videos pop like a professional would.
Yeah. And so this is one of those tools that I learned from you. So when I do videos, one of the big things for me is, you know, I want to read the script. We can't do that on a video. You look wooden. But some of the tools that you talk about, like they AI your eyes to where essentially it looks like you're looking at the camera as you're reading this powerful script. And then the backside editing piece. Look, my 8-year-old has figured out CapCut. I'm never going to figure out CapCut. I don't want to figure out CapCut or any other editing tool out there. Right? So having these tools that, in your words, you know, are kind of plain language tools where you just kind of tell it, like in communication, you don't have to know, you know, coding and things like that. Tell it what to do, and it does. It's just amazing to me. Question for you. So ChatGPT, I have a couple of favorites that I learned from you. Any good tip for us about how to make ChatGPT perform better for us that you could share right now?
Absolutely. So doing the whole setup properly, customizing your ChatGPT through custom instructions, which is in the back end, is one way. However, there's a new update to ChatGPT, and that's unlimited memory. Okay. So historically, like what we've done up until now is we've filled out these 2 boxes in our settings of ChatGPT. The first box is all about you and your business. You're limited to 1,500 characters, by the way. And the second box is the output that you want, how you want it to respond. And I actually give it my tone of voice right within that box. So it's always speaking and writing exactly like me. Don't worry, any of you that are in the program, you're going to learn exactly how to do this. But the new update is wild, because you can just have conversations right in the chat box and ask it to always remember everything that you're telling it about your business or your instructions. You basically are unlimited in your custom instructions now. And that means to me that we can fine tune the hell out of RG. Like, I could sit there and train my Chat GPT for days. It could be so fine tuned now. And and Chat GPT is always updating and rolling out with these new features. And I got a new feature for you. Did you know that Chat GPT has a desktop app now? And what's really cool about that, is it's like your Chat GPT phone app where you can have conversations, voice conversations. It'll answer you by voice. You could talk to it. Well, now having this desktop app that has the same capabilities. So now you can be working on something on half of your screen and talking to Chat GPT while you're doing it.
Yeah, that's incredible. So you mentioned this, and by the way, when she's talking about customizing, I copied your script and then pasted it into the customization thing, where you kind of give the exact prompts that people need to teach it how to think like you as a real estate agent, and then you teach them how to further customize it by having a dialogue with the ChatGPT. Just an amazing difference, by the way, night and day from when I was plugging in prompts before, saying, you know, act like a editor and make this shorter. once I customized it, I was doing minimal editing afterwards. Whereas before I was doing a lot of editing on what it was saying. And just those little things make a huge difference. And for me, it's not just about the money, it's the time. It's the amount of time. Otherwise, I got to sit there and think about what to say and how to say it. And which, by the way, is why most people don't have an effective CRM system, is the time to build drip campaigns and content and things of that nature. Do you teach AI from a drip campaign and a marketing standpoint as well, don't you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because our drip campaign should be highly targeted and personalized for that lead. And that's exactly what we're going to do. I have AI integrated into my entire business. There's not one piece of my business that AI hasn't touched. And that's that's the potential. Really. That's the potential. I have actually a hot tip for you, Bryon.
Go for it.
Okay, so with your chat GPT, even though you customize it and you train it to talk like you, still it can sound a little AI, right? And you know what I mean by that. We all read content or hear somebody's script, and we can pick out those words that are overused by AI. So now I just have a conversation with chat GPT in the prompt box, and I say, give me a list of the most overused AI sounding words and phrases that are cringe. And it does. And I say, great. Now never use those again, ever. And it has fixed that entire problem. So that's going to give you even better responses if you do that, Bryon. And it's less editing on your end after you get your results.
I love that. And I don't think I would have ever thought to tell it to generate that list for me and then tell it, don't use these words. I probably would have sat down and thought about all the business speak words that I didn't want it to use. That is a great tip. You talked about prompt engineering, and when you and I were talking, you talked about the framework of prompt engineering. And it's not, prompt engineering sounds so techy and
oh no, you're frozen.
Still with me?
There you are.
I think we had a glitch in the matrix. I think, our artificial intelligence bots here had a glitch real quick. So I was asking, when you and I were talking, we were talking about prompt engineering. It sounds like such a techie word, but it's really not. And you have a framework. Do you want to talk through that framework and give people a sense of what that means?
Absolutely. And we need a framework because when we think of chat GPT, it's a large language model chatbot that is literally trained on all of the information available. Like it has such a huge knowledge base that we can't even fathom in our minds. So how do we focus that chatbot on where we need to go? And that's where prompt engineering comes into play. And the first step is giving it an identity. So giving it a role to play. So you are ChatGPT, marketing god of the universe, or you are or act as a real estate lawyer in Texas, or you know what I mean? So you definitely, step one is give it an identity. The second step is a clear job. So as clear and concise as it can be. Usually it's only one sentence for me of what I want it to do. And then after that, we're going to give it as much context, direction, and reference, and even examples as possible. Because the more we do that, the better results are going to be. And then I also have a final little step at the end. I reminded that can always ask me questions to clarify, to clear up any, so they can produce better results for me. So if it needs to ask me a question about the reference, about the example, about the job itself, then it will.
Yeah. And what I love about that is you're not only doing it for that one job, you're kind of teaching it you for the future, so that next time you come around, it's artificial intelligence. It's that much smarter at helping solve the challenges you're throwing at it. So you talk about everything from leads to caption to marketing tools, ChatGPT, all this stuff. But you also do custom GPTs yourself.
Yeah.
First of all, what is a custom GPT, and can you share a few examples of the ones that you're giving as part of the program?
Yeah, so anybody can create a custom GPT. I create them specifically for real estate agents. So if you think in terms of ChatGPT is wide and vast knowledge, a custom GPT is narrow and deep. I've programmed a GPT, a chat bot that's customized that will do a specific task or workflow or system extremely well. And I set the parameters extremely tight, and that minimizes the need for input from the user because I've built all of that into the back end. I've created custom GPTs for listing descriptions where all you have to do is upload the pictures of your listings and type in the address. And it's going to give you a full listing description that's full of keywords as well.
How
Yeah,
many times
it's
I was scared at the
fantastic.
MLS entry field thinking of,
Yeah,
okay, I used quaint twice, so now it's another.
yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that.
I've created them for social media, for content calendars. I've created them for scripts, for if you're door knocking or calling leads, or even if you just need to have a conversation with a seller about dropping the price, or a buyer about agreeing to pay you. How about that? I've fine tuned these so that the output, like, you can't mess this up when you use it. You're going to get output that is at this level every time you use it. And that's a great thing about our program, Bryon, at EXP, is if you show up, you do the homework, and you complete the challenge, and you'll know what that challenge is in week 1, you're going to get all of my custom GPTs that are tailored specific to your business. They're like done for you. It's like a done for you solution.
I should say what Carrie built was originally this program, and then in the conversation she was like, "I have these other things. Do you just want to give them to him?" And I was like, "Okay, yeah, let's just give them to him." And so we kind of came up with, okay, here's the challenge that we want you to do, because these coaching programs, again, they're not infotainment. We want you to get after it. We want you to go have success with the things that we're bringing to you. And so Carrie kind of created this challenge. It sounds more difficult than it is. It's not. But if you complete it, she's just going to give you all these things that weren't even part of the program to begin with, like the listing description wizard, the real estate goals thing, and some of the others that are really just cool add-ons as well, in addition to the base program. All right, Carrie, any final thoughts for everybody out there in terms of like getting into AI? Obviously, go sign up for your program, right? But any other thought about how we can kind of ease people into the program, the
Yeah.
AI? I mean,
Yeah, I think people need to get out of their own way. This is, you don't need any tech skills to do this. You just need to start, and the sooner you start, the less far behind you're going to be, because AI is moving constantly. And the longer you wait, the more you're going to have to learn. It's just going to be way easier for you to jump in now. So just start.
yeah, I mean, as an old dude, I was that kind of hesitant person, and now I've got like ChatGPT enabled in my Chrome browser. I use it on my phone constantly, and I'm also using these other tools that I've been learning from you, and they've been making a huge difference. Again, for me, it's about time, and making sure that I'm focused, doing what I need to be doing, and not all the other stuff I don't want to be doing. And it's leveraging this tool, which is so, first of all, most of them are free. And the ones that you pay for are very inexpensive compared to like video editors and things like that. Just a no-brainer. So I think we have a QR code for your, there you go. And again, you're here today, so we're going to give you a 15% discount. This is going to be June 13th. We're going to go for 6 weeks. And again, we're going to take you through it all, for social media, for marketing, for content creation, ChatGPT, and then all the custom GPTs that Carrie's created for you. Hey, Carrie, thank you so much for doing this for us. We really appreciate it. Can't wait to see what you and the cohort do starting on June 13th. And for those of you who are interested, go check it out today.